This conference will now be recorded.
Hi all, welcome to the next session on SAP ABAP. In the last class, we have discussed about the object orientation, key concepts. So, what exactly the object orientation, what is class, and what is method and attributes, and also we have discussed about inheritance. Yeah, we have talked about what exactly the interface and abstract class and also polymorphism, and also we have seen the flow SAP material management, and also right, so in the data objects point of view, so we have different kind of data objects like variable and work area and internal tables. So sometimes guys we need to do a dynamic programming. If you want to do a dynamic programming, so suppose there are some fields which you don't know what the fields coming in. So that kind of times we need to use in a dynamic data objects. Okay. So normally if you know the fields, we can declare the types, we can declare an internal table. But sometimes I need some 10 fields, I need some 20 fields, I need some 30 fields, which I don't know actually. It's not a fixed, it's in a dynamic. So if you want to do if you want to store the data dynamically, so we are going to use a concept called field symbols. So this is also one of the data objects, but it's in a dynamic data objects. Field symbols. Did anybody draw the C pointers? So what exactly the pointers in C?
Store the address of another location.
Huh?
Store the address of another location.
Yeah, exactly. So field symbols here it is a dynamic data object. It's a dynamic data object is. But like before, the variables and work areas and internal tables, it's a static one because you know what the fields coming in, because of that the reference only you are going to create an internal tables, right? So here also we have dynamic things. So if you want to have a dynamic things, we are going to use a field symbols concept. It's a dynamic data objects, and it points to the and it points to the other data object. Okay, the syntax to declare as field symbols are field hyphen symbols, and you need to use curly what you can say angular brackets case. So if you want to define a field symbols, you must use angular brackets. And let's take an example of I have a GFS. G means it's in a global, FS means it's in a field symbol. Suppose if you want to declare an MARA, let's take an example of type MARA. This is one kind of field symbol. I can say it's in a static field symbol. So that means I know what is the reference. So you can have both the things, field symbols. One you can have static one, and another one you can have a dynamic one. So here I'm mentioning type Mara means I know what is the fields which I need to have in my field symbol. And this I can say it's a static field symbols. And we have dynamic field symbols like this. Field icon symbols you must use GFS or something Mara and type anyways. Type anything. It is going to take the any kind of field data objects. Suppose if you want to have an internal table that works like in a work area, we are going to use like this GF assembly or Mara and type any table. This means it works like an internal table. That means it will hold the multiple records. It's like a work area. Type, right? Type means it is going to work like in a work area. But type any table, it works like an internal table. Even field symbol, you can have in a single things as well, like single field. Let's take an example. GF first NAD, okay, type any. It works like a variable. Works like a variable base. Okay. So like this, we are going to have a field symbols. So what exactly the field symbol? And we are going to see in today's class and how we can achieve a field symbols or dynamic things. Okay, so we'll implement some programs by using field symbol, which is in a very important way. Field symbols are very important. If you want to achieve in a dynamic programming, we are going to heavily use the field symbols. GEDG 9 field symbols. Create demo for field symbols. So maybe I'm going to take parameters, some e underscore, some EKO RGS. What it is, do you know anyone? Purchase organization, very good. So VKORG is a sales organization, it's a purchase organization. I would like to find out the, so if you see the table, so what is the header table for the purchase? VKKO, very good. So SE level and VKKO is the header table for the purchase. Sales, it's a VBAK, back. So you can see Control F and EKO RG. So I would like to find out the purchase order which are related to a purchase organization. So my input is purchase organization. If I give the purchase organization as an input, I should be able to get all the purchase orders from the purchase organization. Select some fields. So what are the fields we have? So EBELN, which is a purchase order number, EBELN, and we have company code, UK, RS, and we have document type BSART, and we have whether that deletion indicator for the purchase order. Sometimes I can delete a purchase order as well. So if the purchase order is deleted, the value X will be stored in the LOE and who is the vendor for that purchase order, and also I need some of the important fields, guys. Terms of payment key, jet terms of payment. This is how many terms we can pay, and EKOH, EKGR. Some of the fields, important fields I have taken. And also release groups. These are all some of the important fields. FR, GGR, FR, GGR. Next one is FRG, FR, ESX, ESX, and FRGK. FRGK, and FRGR, from table, and it's a EKKO into table. I'm going to use the field symbols case VFS underscore EKKO, where EKO RG, which is equal to the P underscore EKO RG. That's it. Huh?
Into table
Into
Table type of internal table key table type of the reverse.
into table, from table into table where this. So I need to declare, right? I'm not a declared. I need to declare. So just I have defined now. I'm going to declare in a field symbol. Field symbols. So here I need to declare. Yeah. So GFS underscore EKKO and type table of. So I can declare in the types. Okay, go to the pattern and put your K keyword. If you want EKLN, BUKRS, BSART, deletion indicator, and listener, Z term, EKORG, EKGRP. That's it. Huh? We have taken release groups. Release groups. That's it, right? So copy and it's a ty underscore EKQ. So we have declared in a types, and that types we are going to declare ty underscore EKQ. Okay. Type table of doesn't work. Type any table. We can give, see, type table of, it's not working for the field symbol. So maybe I can declare one more is types, table type kind of stuff I'm going to declare. We'll see, guys. TT underscore EKKO. It's a table type. It's a type table of TY underscore EKKO. This also you can declare. Now we'll see type and which is an. So what I did here, wait, yeah, it's working. So guys, type table of is not working. What you need to do is, like we have a data dictionary structure and a table type. Programmatically also we can declare in a table type base. So the syntax is here. You should not put data. If you put in a data, it works like an internal table. I put in a types. Types doesn't have any memory allocation base. So it works like in a table type. In S11, you know table type, right? Same way here also. If you want to have a kind of reference as in a table type, you need to declare in a types and a type table of. So I declared this type table type. If you reference with type table type, it becomes like an internal table base. This field symbol works like an internal table. Even in the normal way also, if you want to declare an internal table data, GT underscore EKKO type table type, the GT underscore EKKO becomes an internal table. So type table is not working in the static. This is a static field symbol. Static field symbol. Why? Because I know the fields in my field symbol. So that's why it's a static field symbol. Okay, first we are looking at the static field symbols. Save and pretty printer and do the syntax check. No syntax errors found. Okay, if psi hyphen sub rc which is equal to 0 and if and I'm going to do an output loop at, see here we need to have, so guys I put in a here GT guys, it's like an internal table. I put in a GT FS EKQ, so it's a table type kind of field symbols. Even I need to have a work area as well. So for the work area I put GFS underscore EKQ, and which is a type of which is a type of, here you need to put in a ty underscore EKQ. Why? Because I want a structure kind of stuff. So this is a table type, it becomes an internal table. I want a work area kind of stuff, I need to use a plain structure, not the table type guys. If you declare with table type, this also will become an internal table kind of field symbol. So here for the reference is table type, here the reference is the structure. So normal plain types we are going to declare. Now this becomes a work area and this becomes an internal table. So loop at now GT to the control space GT underscore address, and here guys normally whenever you do the loop at internal table into work area, but if you want to assign the values, we are going to use the field symbols assigning. It will assign the values to field symbols. We have to use the statement assigning is whenever you use an field symbols, normal internal table into work area, but here you need to use an assigning statement. And assigning, it's an GFS normal structure work area, and which is an EK. That's it. And sorry, and so loop is same, but here the data objects is static field symbol, and we are looping the field symbol internal table into the field symbol work area. So now next statement is save. So right, we have the data in work area GFS underscore EKKO, and so you must use an angular brackets and control space. See, first you need to know EBELM and GFS underscore EKKO. Hyphen, copy this, control C. Next one is company code, control space, BSAP company code, KMORG, control V, BSART, control V, KGRT, control V, KGRT, Z term, payment terms, control V, and FRGGR. the release status GKE control or F or same simple. So dynamic field symbols are little difficult, but the static field symbols are similar. Just you need to use syntax field symbols, and whenever you want to loop it, you need to use an assign. GR, GKE, GRL, GSX. Check is the same. Okay, here you need to use GKE. So operating filter into the syntax check and activate. Okay, so we are going to debug the program. So execute. So I don't know what is the purchase organization. Maybe we need to go to the data dictionary SE16 and we'll take some PKK and take out the entries. And if you put 500, it will fetch only 500 entries. PKO or purchase organization, see 3000. We have a lot of entries for the 3000. I will input the 3000 as an input and execute. F5. Okay. Field symbol has not been assigned. So do we have same fields or else any other different fields we have? Think. Let's see. 38. Change. First I will assign the values. Assign some value I am going to assign it. Control C. I'm going to take one work area, ds underscore, which is the type of dy underscore kko, assign ds underscore kko to dfx underscore kko, append dfs underscore kko to gt underscore Uh, uh, this is a work area, guys. I need to have a data objects. Okay. Assign the values to an internal table. Put an a breakpoint. That's good. It's a blank. Just I am assigning the blank values here. This is my field symbol, guys. And double click, and you can get a blank. And can you apply? No, it goes for the dump. See, it is going for the dump. Internal table. What to put F1 on field image. Type and okay. Type any table. Work area. Type name. Assign iTab. Assign iTab. This is not. Field symbols typing. Select typing. Position typing. Assign. So normally is taking into the internal table first. From internal table is assigning the values to the work area. Static data object. How can we know the directly from internal table out to no one is taking to the previous ones. Something like that. After assign components of But when we want to use this, I have one more data objects. Right. Left to data. What value is this? Oh. First, you need to do this step, please. So you must assign the field symbol internal table. if you want to use an internal table. So to do that, actually we have a data as one object. So you must instantiate one data object list. So here, like create object instantiation, right? Here also for the internal tables, the data is create data. So here you can see you must declare this data dref type ref to data. So first step you need to do this. Then you need to create an object for the data. Create this type ref to what kind of internal table it is, dynamic reference, and assign all the components of this data objects into your internal table. Then you need to use in the your select statement. So without this, you must assign if you want to use a field symbol in your select statement. Otherwise, your field symbols will not work. It is going for a dummy. So to do that, the steps I will explain. And now you can see the data is fetched and stored in the field symbols internal table and one by one records. So we are looping it and we are going to output the data. So this is the output. So the prerequisites to use an internal table as a field symbol. Internal table as field symbol. So first step one, create data object with reference to data with reference to data. So syntax is data dereference type ref ref data. Data is a predefined object. It's predefined object oriented data objects. It's a dynamic data objects. You can do whatever you want. Okay, type ref to data. Then instantiate the dynamic reference object. So syntax is create data your dref and type what kind of type it is. So you must define your table type. So my table type is tt underscore ekko. Any kind of here my example is ekko. You must define any table type. It becomes an internal table kind of stuff. The reference will come as an internal table. Now you must assign. We are doing a casting here. Okay, assign all the components of your internal table into your internal table field symbol to your internal table field symbol. Okay. Okay. So that time this field symbol will be assigned. When the value is assigned, then only we can use in your statement size. We can use further. So here we are doing the same. So first we are declaring a dref and type ref to data, and this is not required. Yes. This is not required. Now we are doing dereference to the this and assigning. First you are creating one internal table object dynamically, and that we are assigning to your internal table field symbol. And here we are doing a fetch and we are storing the data in the field symbol of internal table and looping this and assigning this case. So this is one of the example for the field symbol, and we are going to do some dynamic report in the next next program. We are going to do a dynamic. It's a fixed static. We know the fields. Okay, um, what we need to output. But here in my case, I'm going to do a dynamic field symbols now. Field symbols dynamic, and create demo for dynamic field symbols instead of save. So here guys, my case is so I have a select options and s underscore mat and which is a select options. What is the keyword which I need to use? Is it type? No, which is a name part. And we need to use a data objects, or else you can declare like this also. Guys, one more thing is, guys, if you want to declare tables, Mara. So whenever I declare in a tables, system will create a one work area, one data object for you guys automatically. Okay, no need to define in a work area. Tables Mara means it creates in a one work area for this one data objects. I can use Mara MAT and R as an array. This way also we can define both ways. We can create a so you can create a data objects type MAT and R, that also you can do like this. Normally what you will do, you will do like this gv underscore MAT and R type MAT and R. So here also this is a data objects, but whenever you declare a tables, it creates a data objects with a work area. Automatically it creates a work area. So I can take that data objects, I can declare like this as well. So the advantage is over here to here is, see, if you declare like this, it doesn't give an a F4L place. Sometimes it doesn't give an a F4L. gv underscore MAT and let's take like this and activate. Uh, it is giving. Sometimes it does, yeah. If you have search cell in the data element level, it will give it the F4 option. But if the search help is not available in the data element level, it doesn't give it place. Maybe no problem. Now I'm going to take this only. I'm not taking this. And start off selection. And also guys, I'm going to declare two radio buttons parameters p underscore radio 1, radio button 1 and radio button 2, okay, grp1 and user command some uc. So this way you can do any radio buttons and p underscore radio button 2 and radio button group, it should be in the same group. And maybe that's it. And you need to, if you want to select default, what you need to do, default yes, that means by default it will select that radio button. So that's what we have seen in the fundamentals of the radio buttons. Now what is my requirement is, if I select radio button 1, I should fetch the sales order details, sales order report, same material. If I select second radio button, it should fetch a purchase order details case. Dynamic report. One report I need to switch based on the radio button selections. See, activate, go to text elements, selection text, and this is my material number. This is my input. And first radio button is sales order report. The second one is purchase order. One report, both the things we are going to do it is dynamically. Okay. First radio button, if I select, it should display the sales order details. Second radio button, it should display the purchase order report case. So maybe here I am going to select if p underscore rad1, which is equal to the x, right? Do some logic. Else if p underscore radio button 2, which is equal to x, do some logic and if. So this is my logic, petty printer. So first radio button, First, what is the first select start from? What is the sales order details? What is the database table? We're back, right? Into table. Okay, I would like to use only one internal table for both the things because my field symbol means it's a dynamic. So if it is sales, I should get in a sales order internal table. If it is in a purchase, I should get in a purchase order details field symbol base. Maybe what I can do is GT underscore FS. I declare this as an order, which is an order. Okay, and where MATNR, guys, MATNR is not available in React, so it will be available in the WebApp base. You should not go to the WebApp table first. You have to go to the WebApp table. So the material is available in the WebApp, not in the WebApp base. Items. Material is in a items. Okay, and if it is in a select options in S underscore MATNR. So this is the select statement which we have used, but it's in a field symbol, right? GTFS underscore order is in a field symbol. So I'm going to declare in a field symbol. Field symbols GTFS underscore ORDER. So here type is the type sales or is the type purchase? No. So if it is in a dynamic, what I need to do? Type any table. Any table is. So this is the dynamic data object. See, I didn't give any reference here. So I declared a field symbol with the type any table. It can be any kind of table. It can be a sales table. It can be a purchase table and all. So the next step, which what I have given, if it is an internal table, first you must declare a reference object. See, dref. Next one is data reference type ref to data. So this is the one step you need to do it. The second step is create data DREF and with the type reference to the GTT WebApp base. This is my table type for the WebApp database table. So see, save and double click. We have an S11 table type. So GTT WebApp is a table type. Now this becomes an internal table kind of data object. Now you need to do a casting. So assign. So dref, do this casting. Assign all the components of your internal table into your dynamic data objects. What is your dynamic data objects? This is my dynamic data object. See, so assign this. What happened? It's showing an error. Where is the space? Save. To the center. Dref, dref, assign dref this part. Oh, perfect. You must assign it two ways. Save. Particular. So now, see guys, we are creating in a dynamic data object. So this will assign all this to this internal table, and whenever you select the data, you can directly store this in this internal table. Simple, same way. If it is in a secondary button, it is in a purchase order, right? So create data dereference. Guys, this will be executed once. This either this executes or this executes because it's a radio button. Only one will be executed. So I can use the same data object and the type of GPT and EKPO is the database table for the purchase where the material number is available. And assign and deref this to the same GTFS underscore order. So see guys, one field symbol acting for the data objects for the purchase, data object for the sales case. Dynamically we are assigning the creating an internal tables. Okay, it's not a static. Are you referring with the VBAP or VBAP? So one data objects, field symbol objects, which is referring to the two database tables. Now I can write in a select start from EK PO sorry into table GTFS underscore EK PO and where MAT and R in S underscore MAT and R. So the item details for the sales is VBAP, the item details for the purchase is the EK PO. So when I select first radio button, it will fetch the data from sales details. If I select second radio button, it will fetch the data from the purchase details. And I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to use object orientation now. Okay, there is a class, demo class case. So you can write CL underscore demo underscore output. Okay, so equal and greater than means what exactly it is. And so sorry guys, I need to call method CL underscore demo underscore output. Object orientation, if you directly calling the class, that means it's a static one. If it is an instance one, you cannot directly call the classes. So to the control space, you can see that there is a method display data. So this is the one method display data. So enter. See guys, if you pump in, see, I am going to pump in the internal table, simple GT underscore FS order. So it will display the data. If you select sales, your internal table and field symbol will be filled with the sales details. The sales details you will get an output. Simple object orientation comes. No need to do any loop. No need to do any write statement. Everything will be taken care by this class, standard class, SAP demo class. This is a demo class. We have other classes for the reporting purpose, but this is a simple demo class which I am using. In the reporting concept, we are going to see what exactly the class we are going to use to output the data. But this is only for the demo purpose, guys, not for the real implementation. Okay, pretty printer. So GT underscore. Oh, correct. So it should be a name. We should not use the name. So one and GTFS underscore R. See guys. Now execute. Sales order report. See purchase order report. Material number. Maybe I have M hyphen 01. This one material to the M hyphen 200. I'm taking an range. Okay, from this material to this material, how many sales order I have? Okay, execute. Performance. We'll take only few details here. VBAP, you can take only one or two material, M01, M02, M10. You take only three materials, huh? Don't take much. Okay, three materials, M01, M02, and M10 as a name. Okay, close this. See 38. We'll put on a breakpoint. It's good. Yum 5.01. So don't give the range. So I'll give multiple value selection. Okay. Yum hyphen 02. Individual multiple values are M three materials I am inputting. Select sales order report export. Okay. Create object. Now you can see it creates an internal table with sales details. See VBLN, POSNR, MATNR. Okay, material group. We can see the fields from the VBAP table. These are all the fields from the VBAP table. And select start from VBAP and see there are some orders. See guys, a lot of orders we have. Okay, almost we have how many orders? Records. So we have 1,000 records it seems. 1,000 records which is fetched from the VBAP table and F5. And this class we are going to output those the sales orders into the output. So I'm executing this. This class is very low performance. This will give very low performance. Why? Because almost we have 300 fields in this database table. It is going to prepare an output for the 300 fields dynamically. That's why it's giving very low performance. But we have any specific classes, ALB classes that we will see in the ALB reporting, which will execute in a faster way. See guys, so this is the output for the sales and it is given me the one output. See, this is my output for the sales order report. Suppose if I execute purchase order, how it behaves, we'll see now. So I will select a purchase order report and execute. And now the radio button selection is P underscore radio button 2 and it goes to the radio button 2 and now you can see the GTM version underscore order. This time this internal table contains the purchase order fields. See purchase order item. The purchasing fields you are going to see in this in the dynamic field symbol. So one which is acting like both the things sales as well as a purchase and select the data and you can see the 447 purchase orders which we have for this material space. Almost we have 457 purchase orders and execute. It is going to display the output. For the purchase output, it is going to so dynamic report. Both the things sales, purchase in a single program we did this. So that's a dynamic field symbols and still we see more advantage of the field symbols. See guys, this is a purchasing output and the purchase order details CBLN and EB. So this is a purchasing output details case. And one more advantage of the this thing is I would like to do it some modification on the value. So normally uh, the most important stuff is the field symbol point of view change. It is locked. So if you want to unlock, send to select and delete. You see 38 and change. So what I am planning to do is when it is in a sales, guys, I would like to apply some taxation. Guys. I would like to do a modification on the amount field. Okay. So see what I am going to do is look at G, GTFS order, okay, assigning, okay, GFS underscore order and end loop. Okay, guys, GFS order. How can I do this? How can I assign the GFS underscore order? Hmm? How you can declare this? I'm going to declare one more and dref to, and which is an type ref to data, and here I'm going to create one more object. Okay, this is for the internal table, this is for the work area. Create data dref to, and the type this time only the structure is. You should not use an I would like to use this for the work area, and assign dref to star to the what is the my this thing, GFS underscore GFS underscore what is that, order. Okay, so I am assigning these values to the internal table to the work area, and I would like to apply a GST on the amount field is. Okay, so maybe how can I apply GFS underscore order, and which is equal to the order hyphen NETWR. This is the field for the amount in the sales, and which is equal to, and this amount plus this amount, okay, plus this amount into 18 divided by 100. So this is my 18% GST which I am going to apply, guys. So see, normally whenever you change the value in a work area, if you want to reflect that, what you need to do from the no, you change the value on a field in the work area. If you want to reflect that value in the internal table, what you need to do? Normally, you need to do modify statement, guys. You have to write in a modify statement, right? So when you use the field symbol, no need to write any modify statement, guys. That's an advantage of a field symbol. So when you change the value, exactly the definition you told, right? It corresponds, it points to the parent data object base. That's in a field symbol. So if you change some value, it points to the pointers, the C. So here also it's in a pointer. Field symbol is in a pointers concept. When you change the value, it points to the object. So the object is the here internal table is an object. I am changing the value in the work area. Automatically the value will be changed in the internal table, guys. Let's see that in this 3D printer and activate. Edit. Huh?
GFS order.
Okay, it should be type any. It should be type any. Field symbol. This is. It should be type any, not a table. This is. It's an any. It's an a work area. I will declare as an any. What is this? Oh, guys, it's a dynamic thing, guys. You should not do like this, because this doesn't know what is the field which we have, because it's in a generic thing. So this is in a generic thing, guys. Directly you cannot mention the fields when you use the field symbols. Why? Because so fields are assigned dynamically. In the runtime it is going to assign, but it's not a runtime. So if you assign NETWR, it doesn't take it place. So if you don't know this kind of things, you never know the field names. Since it is in a dynamic field, You never know this case. So what I need to do is if you don't know the field name, assign component of. Okay, what is the component? NETWR. I am putting in a single quotes. System doesn't understand. So NETWR, assign component this of structure. Okay, structure GFS underscore order. So what I am going to do is I am going to read the, if you want to read the value from the field symbol, guys, you need to use this statement. So directly you cannot take it. You need to take like this. Assign component of this of structure this, okay, to my another field symbol is GFS underscore NETWR. So this is a static. I know that this is the value for the NETWR, and I'm going to declare a variable GFS underscore NETWR, which is a type of NETWR underscore AP. This I know. This is the data element which I know. So I can declare directly in a field symbol. I can assign the value over here. Then you need to apply the logic here. See. So here you need to use this value base. Control C and Control V. See guys, how exactly it will do. Very powerful concept. Control V and Control V. So what we are doing here is, so first we are looping the internal table field symbol, assigning the values to the work area field symbol, and we are reading the value for the NETWR, assign component this field of structure, this field symbol, and storing that value in a one variable NETWR variable field symbol. So I told right, the field symbol can be in a variable, the field symbol can be in a work area, the field symbol can be in a internal table base. It's exactly this, one internal table and one work area and one variable. So I take the value of NETWR stored in this field symbol variable, and here we are applying in a GST, and I am going to take the value. Ideally, so I need to modify this internal table, but field symbol no need to modify. Automatically, the changed value will be reflected in your internal table field symbol base. That's an advantage of the field symbol. And do the syntax check and activate. Will debug will come to know exactly what exactly this. Execute and M01, M02, M10 and execute and execute. Sure. Okay, so GT underscore FS order. So maybe here put hyphen NETWR. So maybe F5. Huh? Go to GFS underscore order. If you see the NETWR, so where is the NETWR? Yeah, 8150. Apply the tax. Calculator. 8150. 118 rupees. This how much? Right? So this into 18 by 100. 8150 into 18 equal and divided by 100. So 1467 and plus the base value is 8150. Uh, 50 and equal. So 9617 days. So this is the value, and internal table also you can see the value. And what is the NETWR and 8150, right? So now I will assign the component, and if you assign the component, see the value which is an 8150. We are reading the one field from the field symbol. Normally work area we can directly take it, guys. Work area hyphen NETWR, you are going to get the value. But in case of field symbol, you need to use this statement. Assign component of this. If you want to read in a dynamic field symbols. And now we are going to apply the, see guys, now I will apply a calculation, applied. Now the value becomes 9617. Now I go to the internal table for the field symbol, GTFS order, and see guys, the value is dynamically points to the your object guys. That's in a field symbol. So if you do any modifications, it points to the original object. It points to the original object guys. That's a field symbol concept. Very, very important program this is. And it dynamically points to the other data objects. When we change the value of the field in the assigning object, the changed value will reflect automatically in the in the original object. Okay, so whenever you change the value in the assigned object, it will store, it will automatically reflect in the it will automatically reflect in the original object is. Now this is a one field symbol which we have seen, but suppose I have a two field symbols. Okay, now I handle only with the VBAP table, but I want a details from VBAC also. I need to combine those two things from two field symbol internal tables. I need to combine into the third internal table field symbol. So how can you do that? So that we'll see in the tomorrow's class. Like internal table, we have two internal tables. We have combined A plus B equal to C to get an output. Here also, here single is very easy. Directly we have inputted here. But I need to make two tables, VBAC and VBAC. I need to combine those two internal tables. I need to make a final internal table. So how we can do that? By using field symbols. That we will see in the tomorrow's class. Okay, very, very important, the field symbols. The enhancements, we heavily use these field symbols. Okay, in the last in the last batch, we have used heavily the field symbols, the enhancement concepts. Okay, so very little tricky part of field symbols. Okay, so we have two kinds of field symbols, one is static and another one is the dynamic. Static means you know the reference. If you know the reference, it becomes a static. So like EKKO, directly we are declaring like this. Okay, directly declaring like this. Mara. But if you don't know anything, like type any table, and that's a dynamic field symbol space. That's a dynamic field symbols. And if you want to store the values in the field symbols, so you must assign the first you must assign the field symbols. So anything internal table or field symbol, work area directly we can do assign to the work area, but if it is an internal table, you must take an one object, data object. So the data object is dref type ref to data. Type ref to data is in a fixed one way. So this is in a dynamic data class, and you need to create a data, like create object instantiation of the class. But here you need to instantiate your data object, dref and type. So what kind of type it is, that you need to mention, and then you need to assign the components of all the things, all this internal table into your field symbol. Then you need to use, otherwise it will give a dump. If you write directly the select statement, it gives a dump base. So before that you need to do these steps before, if you want to use in your internal table. So that's the field symbol concepts. Tomorrow also we'll see the field symbols with the multiple field symbols. Okay, how can you combine multiple field symbols into the single field symbols. That's it for the update. Thank you all. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Huh? In call method, mention in PPT also. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Equal greater than means it's a static method. Whatever it may be. If you put internal table, you will get an internal table as well. Okay, internal table or field symbol. Okay, whatever you can use. This is the inputting. Whatever you input the data that you are going to get. You can pass the internal table as well, it will give the output. Field is not only for the field symbols. Okay, if you pass the field symbol, you will get the data. Even if you pass the internal table also, you are going to get the data. Simple case. So don't need to write a loop and a write statement. Okay, and also the alignment, everything it is going to take care. It's only for the demo purpose only, but real time we don't use it. We are going to use the reports. So after the field symbols, we are going to see the reporting concept, ALV reporting, how we can do it, output the data by using function modules and object oriented. Huh? Huh? Assign? Okay. So read the dynamic field from the field symbols. Okay, next concept is read the value of the field from dynamic field symbols. Why? Because if you directly write the field, it doesn't understand. It's in a runtime, it is going to create an field symbols. It is going to assign the fields in the runtime. That means whenever you execute the program. But whenever you write the code, system doesn't identify which field it is. So to read the value of the field from the dynamic field symbols, we use assign component. Okay, what is the component? Component name. Okay, you need to use single quote. Inside that, you need to use field name. What field you need to read? Generic. Okay, field name of structure. What is the field symbol which you are using? Okay, field symbol. The field symbol you need to mention, and two, one more field symbol. Field symbol for the target. Target field. Okay, this is another target field. Symbol. So this is the generic syntax, but example is assign component. Okay, here we have taken NETW of structure. So our field symbol is GFS underscore or order, and to your target is the GFS. So the declaration will be like this: field symbols, and your order will be like this: GFS underscore order, and which is a type of any means I don't know what fields which we have, but the target you know what is the field it is. GFS underscore which is a type. So you must apply this concept whatever the field symbols it is this. So just I have explained the basics, fundamentals in the field symbols. This can be applied on the customers or materials or any kind of data we can apply the same concept. Okay, so this is the field symbols. Okay, that's it. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.